Okay. Pause. Wait. Hold up. Does it work? Wait. Oh. Oh. Eh? Is working? No way. Okay. Well. No way. Okay. Well. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can they hear me? I don't know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can they hear me? I don't know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can they hear me? I don't know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can they hear me? I don't know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can they hear me? I don't know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, works, not bad, not bad. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, works, not bad, not bad. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, works, not bad, not bad. Testing. Okay, works, not bad, not bad. Testing. Okay. Yo. Okay, amazing, great, fantastic. Yeah. There's like a 10-second delay. Okay. Increase that shit. Nice. Okay. Hello, testing. Oh my days. Ooh, there's a clear voice. Okay. Okay, hello. Think stream is going not bad. Yo, what is up, guys and gals? Welcome back. Okay, yo, what is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to another. This is my first chess stream. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Currently, there's no one watching, so we'll just accumulate viewers as we go. So today, of course, as what the thumbnail says and the title says, we are playing some chess games, and we are currently rated 2000. So we want to push to 2100, and here we're gonna start with e4. So our opponent plays c5. I'm gonna do this a little bit like a Daniel Naroditsky style, where I try to explain all my moves and my thought process, but c5 is the Sicilian defense. And of course, if you want the best way to win, you have to play the open Sicilian. Now, moves like c3 is perfectly fine. That is known as the Alpine Sicilian, where you go for a more positional approach. But if you want some dynamicism, I think this is the best way to do it. Knight to c6 is the old Sicilian variation. There are a few ways to go about this. I might make a chess video in the future on how to play against the Sicilian. And funnily enough, I actually do have a book with me. It's called Dismantling the Sicilian. So if you guys want to, teach you guys some lines from this particular book, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, anyways, I digress. Let's get right into it. Is the stream even working? Like, can you hear me perfectly? I have no idea. No one is telling me nothing. I won't be able to hear for shit. So yeah, I mean, there's no one watching right now, so just slowly. Anyways, against this move knight c6, we'll just play the move d4. That's to take control of the center. We can also play knight c3 and bishop b5. I think I'll play knight c3 here. It's a little bit of a lesser known line. And now we have our opponent playing the move pawn to e5. Against pawn to e5, I believe the move is to first try to remove this knight from c6 by playing bishop b5, followed by the move pawn to d4. Honestly, here you can also try pawn d4. I would also try bishop c4. To be honest, I think bishop c4 is an alright move. Then we can play d3, bishop e3, and to be honest, we have a chess game. Bishop to e7 is a very passive move. We can kind of ignore it and just castle, and nothing will happen to us here. h6. So now we kind of test the waters already. We know that our opponent plays in a very solid manner. So against solid players, what you should be doing is get your development, and when you least expect it, just break. Break open, right? The center. Right now the center is really closed. Our opponent has a good clamp over our only way of opening up space. So first we should take it slow, right? We take it slow. We start with d3. You don't need to rush with development here. Now knight to f6. Okay. So now we just need to find a way to develop our bishop. But currently there's one little caveat about this, is that if you develop your bishop to e3, our opponent actually has knight to g4, which, trades away our strong dark square bishop for his horrible knight. So let's not do that. Is there a way we can sort of maintain the bishop's presence on e3? Well, we can stop with the move h3, and that is what I'm actually considering here, to just play the move pawn h3. However, it can create some sort of hook. So you have to be weighing the pros and cons here. Now my time isn't very great. It's actually running quite low. I'm burning a lot of time. But I am considering to maybe trade my knight on c3 for his knight on f6, so that my bishop can just be on e3. And the bishop's presence on e3 is actually surprisingly really strong. But I don't know, to be honest. Honestly, you know what? Let's go with h3. Get it done and over with. Let's not burn too much time. Our opponent immediately castles, and that's where we can maybe consider starting some sort of battery. Now remember, his light square bishop is still kind of stuck behind bars. Is there a way we are able to break through black's position with our bishop sacrifice and just really play moves like knight to g5 and knight d5? And I feel like the answer is yes. The light square bishop isn't really out enough to defend his position, and so I can play moves like this and really try to make him crack under pressure. Now our opponent played king to h7, which is mad, right? King to h7, defending his attacked pawn. Is there a way we can add a third attacker on the pawn? There is many ways I can add a third attacker to the pawn. Moves like knight h4, knight f5. You have to be careful, however. After knight h4, knight h5, there could be moves like d5, you know, preventing our knight from going to f5 and attacking our center, but we are fine to just take here along the center, which I might consider. And besides, he might be a little aggressive and play the move pawn to g5, which I might even just consider sacrificing. In fact, you know, I'm honestly just considering to just sack now. There's literally nothing wrong with me just sacking and then putting my knight on h4 like that. I do have to be careful. His rook is pretty active, but by the time then that happens, you know, our attack is kind of roaring and it's already on the way to go. So it's time to sacrifice the bishop for content, guys. Boom! Bishop takes h6. It's probably a blunder, but I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm really interested how this plays out, right? He has to play like d5 or d6, which both works. We can play this and let trade everything down, but in positions where you're down material, you should be looking for ways to just attack your opponent. Just make sure that he's under so much pressure. A way we can do it is knight d5, right? Trading away this knight. However, this bishop can be a problem, right? I think our opponent is considering moves like knight takes on e4, which attacks our queen, attacks our knight, and most importantly, this knight on h4 is also attacked. So I'm wondering whether I can just, first of all, just defend this knight. Second of all, maybe just think about my life choices. And third is, can I just play like knight f5? I feel like knight f5 is like the only logical move here, right? He of course trades it right away. Now we'll take. He plays knight to d4, centralizing his knight, attacking our pawn on f5. I was thinking whether we can create more openings to his position because, well, I just want to shred everything open, right? But try not to weaken too many squares. This is a bad example of what you should be doing in the middle game, but honestly, you have to be adventurous, you know, just go for it, right? So now we play f4. We're really trying to generate some sort of play here. I do see a lot of potential ideas moving our pieces towards the king side and just completely destroying him. One advantage we have over our opponent is that even though we're on a full piece, all of our pieces are actually participating in an attack. It's actually doing something, right? In many positions like these, you know, the pieces are like super useless. They do nothing. So now we're at a dilemma. We're at a crossroad. Do we respond? Do we respond to this? Right? Of course, if we take, you know, we just die, right? We're just down a piece. I feel like he should just take us, because our end goal is to try to activate our position as much as possible. So here we're actually just going to take, and if he takes our bishop, we can choose to take his knight. But again, I don't want to activate his position. I want to keep the position, you know, as closed as possible. I have an idea. Rook to f4, followed by rook h4, and just going for checkmate. And that is the idea I'm leaning to, right? But again, knight f4, a rook h4, knight h5, and now I can't go here anymore. Okay, I'm depressed, sad, too bad. There's also takes, bishop takes, and I can put my knight on e4 like that, and then play for some sort of f6. Honestly, personally, I don't hate that idea. I think I like it. Let's take that knight. After he takes my pawn back, I will play the move knight to e4. Right, and now, I can play moves like c3. And what does c3 do? Well, c3 kicks away the knight, blunts the bishop on f6. Right, now he plays something like rook g8, really trying to activate his position. Very impressive stuff from him. Also, he's actually, there could be forks, right? For now, there is none, but try to keep a lookout. Okay, try not to blunder anything. Consider your opponent's ideas before you act on something. We're going to play c3. We're going to kick away this knight. Make sure he goes back to where he belongs. And then we can consider how are we going to continue our attack. Personally, to me, I feel like taking here was the bad choice from e takes f6. I felt I should have just gone straight away for the attack. But once again, we discussed that this is not really so good for us, right? So there was a bit of a
crossroad here. Anyways, in a losing position, don't trade. Don't even initiate anything, right? Here we can consider to just take the pawn and just count your blessings. But once again, we want to have an attack. We can't just play passive and then just get absolute, doggy style. Alright, we don't want that. Now, this rook is kind of useless right now. It needs to participate into the attack. I'm low on time. I'm low on everything, right? Even on the elo. Rook e1 takes. He's gonna try trade queens with us. I honestly think that knight takes here isn't that bad. Our position is like kind of cooked, but honestly, this is not. I feel like this is not too bad. He's gonna. Oh dear. Queen b6. Wow. What a move. I don't think that wins though. Even though that pins my knight, I can just defend with d4. So I'm very. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this position. It is weird for sure, right? At least now we have an open e file we can use for our other pieces. We'll never play knight takes b7 because of queen b6, right? Fork. And what I plan to do now is to just close the position with d4. And now all these other pieces are actually out of the action. We can bring our rook to where it wants to be. Our rook really wants to be on h5, right? But currently this bishop is damn strong. It's covering everything. So my plan now is to find a way to just snap it off the board and possibly just get something done, right? Get something together, right? This is what I'm going to do. Knight e4, bam. He might sack. The funniest part is he might actually be crazy enough to sacrifice. And I think that works for him. He just gets back the piece. So he's currently up a piece, but I am actually up in pawns. So I'm very surprised how this actually turned out. I am not playing king h2, maybe king h1 to really safeguard my king. It's a potential idea, right? There could be some crazy tactics, knight takes d4, for example, takes. But if knight takes d4, I would actually just take the bishop with check first, and then just take the pawn on d4, and my position should be just completely fine. Now here he plays knight to e5. Okay, I'm very low on time. I should just speed things up. Should I trade? Just do it. Don't care. Queen takes. Okay, great. Queen here, knight back. Okay, we'll go queen f4. Okay, his knight can go on d3. Shit, man. Ass. Okay, we'll go here. Attack this. He's gonna take this pawn. Rook b1, knight back, knight take. Okay, very complicated position. Right, rook c8 is definitely on the cards. We'll take the pawn on b7 and we'll try to create something out of thin air. He might play b5 as well. There's also a potential idea. He completely misses our idea. I think he's going for some sort of double stack, which is insane, right? Mad stuff. We might even allow him to like sack, possibly. He double stacks his pieces. I'll play like g4. Damn, what is this position? Takes. I'm actually surprisingly safe if he takes the pawn on g2. Okay, he's going for some sort of checkmating attack. g5. Alright, he's gonna slide his knight back to f4. Potentially. I'm low on time. I'm confirm gonna lose this game, but it's been a fun ride. It's been a fun game. Alright. Queen to c2 and probably f6. And he might have a mate. We'll test his mating skills. Comes here, comes down. Might have a knight check. Sack, takes. Rook here. Don't know. Very unclear position. He is up an extra piece after all, right? But I'll try not to sack it lah. Okay, he might have a mate. I need to give up my rook. What is this position? This is so funny. Oh my days. Yep. I can't move my king, can I? Oh my days. What is that? Okay, yeah, new 10 minutes. We'll try the next one. Oh, another Sicilian player? What's with the Sicilian players now? Damn, okay, we'll take. Knight f6. Is he gonna go dragon? Oh my days, we have a dragon variation. Damn, this is gonna be a fun game. Bishop to g7. Okay, let's go for the Yugoslav attack with f3, queen d2, and long castles. Yeah, we long castle here. And then what we do now is to just start an attack on the king side. g4, h4, h5. This is what you should play against the dragon. Very aggressive stuff. Now, he plays d5. The main line is to actually just trade it off. Just take that knight and count your blessings. However, I'm really leaning towards to just start a kingside attack and ignoring the main line, because I'm kind of interested how to see how this goes. But honestly, let's just keep the game simple. We'll take this away, and we don't initiate more trades. I think here we just start our signature kingside attack, right? The trademark of the Yugoslav attack, which is this insane kingside attack, kingside expansion. So the game can get very dynamic from here. We'll see how black responds. Let me take a sip of water before I get a sore throat. Hi. Sorry. I didn't see your chat, but can I ask what's the best move in a completely unclear position? Best move in an unclear position. In an unclear position, you could just use the worst piece principle, and by using the worst piece principle, you kind of know what moves to make, how to improve your position. So I'd say just really talk to each of your pieces and see how well they're feeling. Like, let's say in this position, I think my light square bishop is freaking depressed, right? It's depressing. So I want to ask this light square bishop, hey, where do you want to go, buddy? You want to go to b3? You want to go to c4? Too bad, it's currently locked. Is there another way? Bishop e2? Probably, So yeah, this is something you can consider here. He plays d takes e4. Now trying to trade the queens. Honestly, you know the answer is we're just gonna decline that queen trade, right? So we can play moves like, I wish we played king b1 so that we can slide our queen back to c1 and still keep the option of trading the bishops alive. Him opening up the position can cause issues for us, but honestly, queen g3, he's gonna play queen a5, and then I continue my attack. So I think that's what I'm gonna play here. I could also trade off the queens and then still go for the h5 pawn push. Or I can just play h5, right? Don't waste any time. Just allow that queen trade to happen. And even after this, I'll still get a very happy position, right? But bishop h6, queen takes, bishop back. I don't like it. I think I'll just decline that queen trade. But here's the thing. Now there's some possible options for our bishop to go to. We can also play bishop d4, by the way, but very awkward. I think I'll just play like queen f2. I don't... What is this position, honestly? But black is 100% going to play queen a5, right? That is very typical in a dragon structure, and stuff like rook b8 happens. I don't really enjoy our position at all. Quite horrendous, actually. Yup, queen a5. Honestly, you know what? I'm just gonna attack. No point in focusing on what they're trying to do. Alright, so okay. I'll pull up like a secondary device so I can like see the chat while I play. Okay. So I play h5 here. We're gonna see how our opponent responds. He plays knight to d5. Damn. Okay. I love our position. It looks really volatile right now. I sense some sussy things. But honestly, we have to be super, super careful. I think this can go very badly if we don't know what we are doing. I actually don't know what I'm doing. So, this... Okay, what if we take here? Takes... Can I... Is there something? I don't know. What is this? Oh, takes... Queen takes on A2. Damn, okay. Do I just go king B1? Takes. Nope. I'm not doing that. What if we just rook sack? What if we just sacked? Sack, pawn takes, bishop d4. I for some reason actually don't hate that. Wow. Let's just try it. Let's just sack the rook, man. My name is Mikhail Tall. You know, let's do it. Let's just do it. Bam. Rook takes d5. Goodness gracious. Okay, I need to look at my chats better. Yeah. Okay, he takes back with the bishop. Expected. Let's play bishop to d4. So now we get this dark square bishop trade, which is what we always wanted, right? And of course, we are gonna shred open the position with pawn takes on g6. This is possible. This check is definitely possible, but I will hide my king on b1, and our opponent has nothing, right? Zero counterplay. Pretty much nothing, honestly. Bishop d3. Yeah, an unclear position. Good question from Mr. Jaden. You know, in unclear position, just really, yeah, worst piece principle is one way to know what move to make next, but another way you can tell what to do in an unclear position is, other than improving your pieces, look for checks, captures, attacks. Just look for tactics. Look for explosiveness. Look for volatility, right? Here we're actually gonna consider taking and queen h5. I think that's a really juicy way for us to execute this insane attack. Okay, h takes g6. Here we come. Okay, chess is called a game for a reason. You know, it's supposed to be fun. This is gonna be really, really fun, right? Very fun way to play chess. Okay, so enjoy, yes sir. Okay, he plays that check. Oh, am I cooked? Oh dear. Am I cooked? Oh no. Okay, wait. Rook check. I have blocks. That just sacrifices my entire bloodline. Oh dear god. Wait, what if I just come here? Am I safe? Am I safe just going there? No idea actually. I could have just played f4. Wait, I'm a clown, bro. I could have just played this. Nah, what is that? Oh no. Okay, if I'll just go there. I'll go there. Am I safe? I don't know. I don't feel good about this. Oh dear. Okay, but if I take, king takes, I have nothing. Oh no. I actually have nothing. Oh my god, what a great move from my opponent. Oh, I'm actually getting mated on the next move. Damn, okay. Resign time. Resign time. Okay. That was bad chess. What is this? Ah, my days. Okay, but the good thing is, the more you lose, the more you learn. Ah, right. The more you lose, the more you learn. Okay, good. Okay, so what are we supposed to do here? Just bishop h5? Exactly. Right. Do we take bishop c4? Okay, long castles. What about just g4? G4! Oh, I can just go for the kingside attack right away. Don't waste any time. Okay. Can. Understandable. Very amazing. Okay. Okay, next game, guys. I know we are done. We're supposed to climb elo, but now we drop like 16 elo. But I honestly, way too fun. I don't care anymore. Yeah, let's just go for the next game. He plays e4. So my course, my YouTube video so far, I've recommended e5. Right, we go for the 2 knights defense, and our opponent plays a3, the Mangarini opening. What the hell? Okay, against dubious opponents like this, against dubious openings like these, wait, it became a Vienna. Oh my! What the, bro? What is this? Okay, well, I guess we are in a Vienna now. Our opponent goes h3. That is definitely not Vienna. Okay. Right. So we're gonna go d5. So against dubious openings, because our opponent has just wasted 2 moves developing his pawns, now we actually can break open in the center and gain tempo while also gaining space. That is what usually you should do in these types of positions, right? These types of games. Yeah, sorry. Okay, here we go. We can play d4, knight b5, but honestly, it might go knight d5, right? So, how about we take and develop? How about actually we just ignore his last move, which is bishop d3, and just continue with our development? You know, put our bishop on natural squares such as c5, and we might potentially have some nasty tactics going on there. So honestly, I am actually loving that idea. Bishop to c5. Right, he can take, I will take, and I have 3 pieces developed versus 2. He goes g4. Do we have something here? I personally think we might have takes, and queen d4. Looks winning, and I might need to calculate. Takes? Let's say knight e4, we will take that knight, bishop takes, and queen d4. Right, you can actually play bishop takes knight. It's an in-between move, so gotta watch that out. We can also just look for ways to develop this light square bishop. Now, again, we're not supposed to play too passively. We still need to generate progress in a position. You can choose to respond your opponent's threat, or just, you know, take it slow. Honestly, I'm looking to just open the position right away. If bishop takes, I have queen d4. Personally, not winning, but it's very promising stuff for us. And wow, this is a bit, I need to think, this is a bit stressful of a case. Okay, I think I'll just keep it simple for the sake of the stream. Just play h6, right? The simple move is to just prevent g5. What the hell is this? Yo, you good, fam? You good, Mat? Are you good, Mat? Knight to d4. Your queen? Excuse me? Hello? Yo. If he plays queen e3, the stream is over. Okay, thank goodness he did not play queen e3. Oh dear. Okay, queen to g2. It's still a game of chess to be played, right? It's still not a very easy position to navigate through, so we have to find a way to win, right? Wow, I have never seen a Vienna like this before. This is a Vienna opening? What is chess now? Okay, looks like he wants to play g5 really badly, right? If we are not looking to just completely strap, actually, can we just take? Can we take? And knight takes, right? Knight takes is a big issue for us. Of course, if bishop takes, we actually can just take, and I don't know what else, bro. We could play b6 first. We could also play bishop e6. Honestly, just get your development ready. I feel like that's the best way to win against these types of horrendous openings. Knight g to e2, and he's looking to castle kingside. I'm looking at takes right now. Just takes. Bishop takes. Honestly, nothing wrong with just snapping that knight away. I know that these two pieces in the center are currently, these two pieces are great defenders of the center. So if I want to play for central control, this is the way to do it, right? And now I can just take this pawn without any sort of major concessions. I was also thinking if I could just shred open everything, I could maybe consider something slow like c6, but actually prepare something nasty like queen b6, and then really just use their battery to my advantage. Okay, the last thing you want to do is to give your opponent too much activity, so we'll try to find ways to make sure he suffocates. If we take bishop takes, could be a big issue, right? Really swarming down this side of the board. We can trade, we can queen take, and then maybe, I don't know, queen d6. We'll see lah. We'll just see. Okay. But to me, I feel like, again, for the sake of simplicity, c6 seems a very interesting move, right? Really solidifies my pawn pyramid, and then I can also allow my queen to go here, right? And as he goes to knight to g3, I can either just go for my plan, queen b6, right? Queen b6 is what I initially set out to do. I have to calculate b4, right? b4, and now my bishop has nowhere to go. If it goes here, it gets trapped. That is insane. I don't like it. Okay, too insane, not good. I can also choose to sacrifice and then play bishop takes on f2, which is interesting too. Yo, hello. No, not yet lah, not yet. Okay, takes, knight takes. You're seeing master at work here, you know. You know what? At this point, I don't care about my elo anymore. Sack the bishop. Sack the bishop. Oh my days. Adding a third attacker against the f2 pawn. This is not chess, man. What is this? Okay, anyways, he takes back. We'll take here. We have a very devastating assault on the f2 square. We can add a third attacker right away. He of course castles, but now I'm considering whether I can just play queen h4. No, queen h4 no. I prefer queen f2. Queen f2 looks actually very tempting. Or queen b6. Queen b6 also very nice move to make, right? But if queen b6, knight takes, rook takes, bishop takes, queen, it's two pieces for like a rook and a pawn. I don't like it. Can I just strike? You know what? Let's just strike. Let's just strike. h4, h3. He plays b4, expected. If I go here, he'll come here, come back. Honestly, just slide that bishop. Slide it back, right? Keep it safe. I don't want it to go anywhere. I want to play g6. Reason is, just don't let the knight jump over. And then h5 and possibly even queen g5. Okay, I'm just going for just assault. I'm just gonna see if I can land a place in jail. No. That was horrendous. Nah. Who was at the door? My father. My father was at the door. Okay. Push lah, push. Just push. Push, then knight f5. Queen g5. Okay lah. At this point, worth a shot. Worth a shot. Really worth a shot. Knight here, expected, then queen g5. Oh, if I check here, takes. Okay, I can just take this lah, but is. What is this, man? This is not. Okay lah, just play this. Queen g5. Okay, queen g5. He's gonna play this check. I'm just gonna slide back my bishop. Okay, but h3 is my plan. Just really playing for h2. And we'll see what we can do. Are we down? We are down like a piece. Oh, for 2 pawns. We're actually not that down in material. I'm just looking to long castle the next move, right? I know it lands into some sort of a fork, but Actually, yeah, he just has this move. Knight d6 check. But then I can just... Okay, now he... Oh, he does not prevent me from castling. That does not stop me. I can also just play h3. Right, play h3. The queen is hit. Bishop, queen comes down. Pawn h2. King h1. I still feel like I got nothing, yeah. Just castle lah. I will castle. Right, and bishop here. Honestly, I couldn't care less. What if just h3? What if just h3? That is what I'm considering right now. Bishop takes h3, queen g3, and then bishop c7. Right, just attacking the queen. Crazy business. I've never played chess like this before, but kind of fun, you know, if you just want to like unwind and you don't really care so much about your elo. Just play like this, you know, keep your passion for chess alive. You know, maybe one of those days you become Mikhail Tal, you play like this. Gets a very insane position. King h1. I'm just considering just h3. Alright, h3, queen to g3. I'm also just considering to just take that. F6, knight d6. Also g6. Losing that rook in the corner. I think this is fine. This move is like kind of decent to make. Just block the attack on that pawn, forcing the bishop to just screw away. Yeah. Now if check takes, I'm just gonna sack that rook. Right. I don't need this rook for my attack. I'm actually just gonna go for it. Go for the punching blow. Your dad is stream sniping you. Bro, my dad stream sniping me. Okay, yeah, maybe he is. Probably. 2 minutes left, boy. I know. Gotta play for it. Okay, h3. Bam. I don't care anymore. Boom. The queen hit. Queen come down. Bishop c7. Push again. You know, just make sure that the pawn, you know, give birth. You know, push. You know. Why am I even making these jokes? Anyways, I don't care. You know, we are currently down on time. We need to try and kill off our opponent as fast as possible. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, best way to keep your nerves calm in these kinds of positions. I actually don't think our position is horrendous. I actually think we have something here. Wait, do we have anything? Do we just push? And then here, and then here, and then here, here. Very unclear. I can also come back. Takes. If takes. Wait, takes. Bishop here, pawn here. Not very promising. G6, maybe ask the knight to piss off first. I think that's it's a good start. Asking the knight to go away. He jumps into my position. Okay, hiding. Oh, my pawn. Are we good, chat? He takes that pawn. Okay. That means it's another tempo for our attack. We do not have a light square bishop. Very sad. Very sad. Welcome Chokju to the stream. Can we just go for it? Can we just go for it? Ooh, I have 2 minutes left. Should I just go for it? Should I just be brave? You know, just boom! Strike his position. Aiyo. 2 minutes. Knight here, king takes. I'm just cooked. Bishop here. Oh! Can you please start berating and insulting your opponent? Okay, fine. I'll just play this lah at this point. You know, what's his rating? 1997. He joined 1 year ago. Confirm cheating lah, this guy. Bro. Cheating, bro. Two years ago only. Come on lah. Confirm stockfish all the way one. Yeah. Can you please start berating? Oh my days. Oh, he took! Can I just like assault him from here? Okay. Push. I have 1 goal and 1 goal only. Give birth to a new queen. Not in that sense, but yes. Alright. Takes. Okay. Horrendous position, actually. Okay, good thing our pawn is defended. Bad news, we are down 7 points of material. Oh dear. Actually, what? I can just ignore whatever he's doing and just go for it. He's gonna take and play knight to c6. Yeah, what a predictable guy. Get out of here, bro. Takes. Actually, I would just play rook d6 and disallow him from doing any suspicious things. Queen sack, takes, check. Here. Okay, then I'm losing already. He takes that. Oh no. At this point, I should just resign. I should just resign, bro. What is this, man? Funny game though. Can I just... For content, just do it. We gave birth to a new queen. Let's go. We set out what we set out to do. I'm happy. We gave birth to a new queen. Yes, we did. Yeah, this guy sucks, bro. Only 13 points. Up 13 points of material. So trash. Could have done better. You could have gotten 20, man. What are you doing? Horrendous performance from this guy. I know it's supposed to be a rating climb, but are we really climbing? I think we are. In terms of entertainment, we are really climbing. Okay, trust me, the next game I'm actually gonna play seriously. Like, take my time, you know, take it slow and steady, and then just get it together, alright? Queen e3. Bozo, hang a bishop. Why you throw game, bro? For content. Obviously for content. Come on, man. You know me better than this. I mean, the position was gone in the first place, but still, you know, our final goal was to just give birth to a new queen, and we did, right? We did. You took your time. Yeah, it's okay. Next game. I'll take my time. Right. Okay. We get black again. Oh, we're facing 2k. C4. Okay, this time we'll lock in. Okay, go for some sort of double fianchetto. Honestly, just play King's Indian. Okay. D6? D6. E3, castles. Okay. Knight to G2. So against King's Indian, you can play C5. But in these types of positions where white has a fianchettoed bishop, you can actually blunt or block their bishop with c6. You just basically throw a brick wall in the opponent's face. And then what sort of structure you should be going for is to just strike, gain central space with e5, and then play along the queen side. This is actually quite typical in a lot of positions regarding the English. But if you want to be really, really principled and play the true King's Indian, I mean the king's gonna castle king side, then I recommend the move pawn to c5. And our idea right now is to just play a little bit like a Benoni structure with a6, b5. So that is what we are aiming for in this King's Indian. Now we can also consider trying to find a way to trade the light square bishop, but it's not typical at all. Honestly, I don't like that idea. We can start it slow with a6. We don't have to rush with too much here. And we obviously have moves like bishop to e6 to really target that pawn on c4. A good rule of thumb in the King's Indian is that if you play c5 already, don't play e5. That is going to weaken your position even more and going to weaken this pawn on d6. h5, h4, h3, h2, eat the king. Yes, that is what I'm actually going to play. Right, h5, h4, h3, h2, h1 queen, takes. Okay. Now he plays the move d4, striking my center. We're just gonna play knight c6. Okay. Knight c6, and you might think, Jack, doesn't this just double your pawns? Not really. The light square bishop is actually one of the strongest pieces in the position. So for him to trade it off That'll be very idiotic and very funny. So obviously he does not trade. He closes down his light square bishop. That was why I played the move knight to c6, right? For him to close down his position and make sure he suffocate in the PM 2.5 haze. Now, currently you need to know, talk to your horse. Where does your horse want to go? I don't know, my horse is like depressed as shit. It does not know where to go. Can go a5, we can go b5. I'm happy, let's do it. I'm a very simple man, right? Just talk to it. So our idea now is to, obviously, like what we said, play b5. Now, we have a very interesting idea. Are we able to sacrifice? No, we can't. The knight is defended. Okay, we'll go with b5. This is a pawn sacrifice. Yes, I know this damn fully it's a pawn sacrifice. But King's Indian, you are meant to sacrifice pawns to get activity, which is going to be a new video concept in the future where I talk about how activity beats material, right? How a more dominant position sometimes can just beat more material, right? So of course the knight might choose to go back. I might also have considered just moving the knight out and revealing an attack on the rook, but that is what you call a one mover. Let's not do that. So a4, honestly the whole queen side is like shredded open right now. I can already just take and win back my pawn with queen b6. I can also just play queen b6 first and take advantage of his weakened position, which I don't hate that move at all. Just go queen b6. Of course he's going to try to play moves like knight c3 and defend his position. Honestly, taking is fine here. Takes and queen b6. Now we're hitting this pawn. He might try queen c3 to defend that pawn, which is something he might do. He'll probably do that. And then I need to find a way to target this pawn. So to target that pawn, I would love my knight to be on c7. Is there a place I can put my knight on c7? No. There's like no squares. Okay, free pawn. Let's take it. So to me in this position right now, black seems to be doing surprisingly fine, right? And then now this time I'm actually locked in, okay, locked in, and we're doing well. This is a fantastic position for us. Okay, he plays queen knight c3. Very amazing move from our opponent. However, I think that just hangs a pawn. I think that hangs a pawn. So we calculate first. Queen takes b3. Rook takes a5. Queen takes c1. Rook takes a8. Queen takes. Rook takes. We are out material. Honestly, takes. It should be good. Let's take. Right. Honestly, wait. Takes. Knight takes. Takes. Oh, we're down a piece. Oh no. I don't know. Wait. This is low-key confusing. Because he takes this first. I take that. Yeah, he sacks. Takes. And then the rook is defended now. Right, that's the caveat. Okay. Sure, I'll just straight this queen. At this point, then goes back. Yeah, I'm down a piece. Damn. Actually got me. Takes. But then I don't really hate my position that much, Even though we're down material, we have a really active rook. And my plan now is to maneuver my pieces on the dark squares because he has a light square bishop, right? So for this, okay, plays bishop c3. Oh my days, I actually didn't know that was like a thing. I didn't calculate properly. Okay, better to just move the queen back next time. Okay, bishop c3. It's looking to trade pieces away. Okay, right now we have one singular asset, this pawn, and it's gonna be my golden rail. Okay, let's shift the rook out. We'll find a way to really activate our position. Maybe with the knights. He takes it away. Okay. We have a pawn to push. We have a dream. And that is to give birth to a new queen. Honestly, I should just change the channel, the thumbnail name and everything to just give birth to a new queen. Because damn, this is what it's all about, man. Just give birth. Okay. All of our pawns are on dark squares. We are ready to make a new birth of a nation. Bam, push. I don't care, bro. Just push. He plays that. Okay, we're ready to just play this. We're gonna sort of maneuver in such a way we're just gonna take that rook out. He's gonna play knight c. Okay. Right, I need to bring more assistance to the position. Right now it looks very hopeless for us to make to a new queen. So rook b7, knight there, play bishop e5 or bishop g7, play rook b2, la 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 la. Are we losing? Yeah, we are, unfortunately. Oh! Oh! Oh dear! Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Hold up, we might actually be winning. What? Huh? Wait, what? Wait. We are down a full piece, but we're somehow winning. Are we winning? Yo! What an epic comeback. Yippee! No way. No way. Isn't this just winning for us? Am I tripping? Am I actually tripping? No way. Wait, this just winning for us. Oh dear. You know, like, you're supposed to blockade with the knight. You go blockade with the rook. Counterplay. Yo! We're winning down a piece. Insane. What a work of art. What a work of art, right? Nice. GGR, this guy. Up an entire piece. Damn. By the way, I was 2000 at the start of the stream. Now I dropped by 24 rating. But looks like I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back. It's so funny. Okay, we'll see what our opponent plays. He should play a retreating move like rook c1, right? But we're just gonna take the free knight. Yeah, he is forced to part ways with his material, but honestly, it is much more important if you manage to stop the pass pawn, because the pass pawn is like very dangerous. I tell you, super dangerous. Yeah. But by all means, we are currently in a much better position, and I really love it so much. Right, our opponent is burning a lot of time on the clock. We are actually, for the first time in the stream, we are up in time. We have a time advantage. Oh my stars. Okay. What a game. Okay, time to take water. Exactly what we calculated. We just take on e3, and now our opponent finds a spectacular defense. Bishop to d1. After takes. Yeah, I think we should trade the rooks. The thing is that after we trade rooks, right, there's literally zero way our opponent stops us from moving the king up here. It's time for the king walk. We'll take, and we solidify. And now there's literally no way for him to remove these 2 pawns. Nothing. We were down material, now we are up. Okay? Man, insane. So he plays f4. Doesn't stop us from moving, right? We just need to make a move. We just need to be fast. Now, of course, our opponent is going to employ tactics such as, some stupid triangulation bullcrap, right? We're just gonna take, don't care. Our actual plan is to just get the king up. We want to remove the bishop from his position, and honestly what we can do, right, is to even give up that pawn. We can have the luxury of giving up that pawn for us to be able to just make progress because we are up, right? We can choose to ignore, but honestly, b6 is a safe move to make, just putting all my pawns on dark squares. Here, sure, right? a5 can be a bit weakening. Takes. Honestly, a5, nothing wrong lah. Actually, nothing wrong with the move. Why worry? Why worry? c7. Okay, but I have to first go for these 2 pawns, right? Because they are the main targets at the end of the day. I might have misplayed the endgame, who knows? I really have no idea. But couldn't care less. Yeah, now he's going for it. Okay. I have g5. Takes, and now I have some progress to be made. I can also play e6, forcing some sort of d6, but then my king is like tied down to the defense of my pawns. I can also play f5 en passant takes. I don't hate that. I actually do not hate that at all. But is it too committal? Maybe. f6, pawn push, king d6. I'm just better. Right, we can go here. And my plan is, after the king moves away, let's say to d3, then I can really shut down this bishop with pawn to f5. And now my opponent is just stuck. Then I can play moves like bishop to e1 and go for these pawns. So now he's going for my pawn. As I've told you my plan, to just shut down this pawn. f5, kaboom. Now you can't do anything. No targets for him. Now he's forced to make a ass move. He's forced to make a bad move, right? g4, I can take, and then promote to a new queen. Now I go c5. Now I'm really thinking to just waste moves. It could be a drawn position, who knows, right? Only time will tell. But honestly, I can just go for this pawn right away already. Win myself a pawn. I don't care if he takes that pawn. I will take a second pawn. I will take a second pawn and win. Right, so the power of endgames, very, very strong. You know, it's good to find ways to counter attack. I mean, this was our position a few minutes ago. We are just down a clean piece. And now, just because of one mistake, here we are, right? We're just winning. Rook b2. Fantastic move. And now we're just winning in terms of endgame. Man, one day I really want to commentate, you know, in a chess game. Just have fun commentating, seeing how the other players play, and just have a fun time. Okay, g4. Fantastic move from our opponents. We can just afford to take here, and this is already winning. This bishop is in a state of overloaded, right? Because it needs to defend 2 pawns at once, but it cannot stop 2 pawns at once. If he plays here, I will play there. I'll simply just play g2, and then the other pawn he cannot stop, right? You know, it's like being a policeman. You're catching 2 robbers. You can't catch 2 at once if they're going separate directions. You need backup. But in this case, these pieces got no backup. These pieces just has no backup, right? So they lost the game. We won. In fact, I felt there was a defense here. I don't know. Is there a defense? Oh no, I'm just straight up winning. Okay. Great ass game. Was I losing? I was definitely losing, right? Yeah, I was just losing. So what the opponent actually needed to do is, this is an isolated pawn right now. No neighboring pawns. The best piece to blockade the isolated pawn is with the knight. Just do it with the knight. Like literally, here I have no moves. I have to play something like bishop f6, something super depressing, and then just try to find a way to just move my king, right? And then play rook b2. I have no counterplay, but with rook b2, you allow me options to act upon your king. Horrendous, right? So we'll go to a next game. This will be the last game of the day because it's currently 2 a.m. Time to sleep, man. So Scandinavian will take the pawn gladly. Queen to d5, knight c3, queen d6, and then we'll play. Is the move bishop c4 or knight f3? I think the move is d4. Right, we'll play d4. And in the Scandinavian, what you usually want to do is to play knight f3, bishop c4, knight e5, checkmate, bada bing bada bop pow. Okay, bishop g4. Right, this is a very typical move. Bishop g4, our opponent tries to remove our knight from the position and then take this pawn, right? But we can always just simply pin it and temporarily even just give up that pawn, right? But tick, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, tick, 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 tick. Bishop b5, seems nothing wrong here. Queen f6. Bishop e3 is just more development for me, so bishop b5, why not? We'll pin this knight to the king, and if he long castles, I will just simply snap and castle myself. Actually, I'm losing a pawn through that method, but honestly, it takes. Knight e4, bishop e3 also doesn't seem too bad. We can take first, of course. Queen takes. Very interesting. Okay, interesting stuff. Can we castle? Takes. Horrendous position for us. Here I'm considering all sorts of crazy ideas, but none of them seem to work. Okay, I don't like my position. I do not like my position one bit, honestly. I don't know if d4 was the correct move. I think bishop c5 was potentially better. Bishop c4? 我不知道, I don't know. Right. But in this case, I shouldn't be taking with the queen lah. I should just keeping more pieces on the board. Okay, can play passive. We can also just play bishop e3. Okay, you want to go here? I'll just go queen e2 first. I want to long castle and get out of here. Very depressing. This is a depressing position, yes. Right, this is why many of us are looking for therapy. You know, betterhelp.com, please sponsor me, thank you. Bishop b4, obviously this guy wants to trade more pieces. Bro, are you like are you a stock trader or what? You keep trading. Where's your money, bro? You don't even have an advantage. Okay. Knight b5. No idea. e5. e5 is a nice way to shred open the position, right? But I don't know if that's what we want. Queen b5 is losing. I'm seeing his queen side is very weak. We can maybe try to exploit the queen side. Don't really know. Knight b1, knight d2. Horrendous position actually. I don't like this at all. But the pawn only has one attacker right now, so we don't have to worry so much. Okay, knight b5. Where can the knight go after h6? Pawn d5, pawn takes, and knight goes to d4. A pawn sacrifice for a better position. I might just do it. Okay, wait. Or what if we just played d5 first and takes? But then the knights and stuff are all there. My bishop is like being an asshole right now. It's actually useless. This bishop is a stacker. What this guy even do, bro? What does he even do? What the dog doing, bro? Literally nothing. Useless, bro. Anyways, currently Man United versus Bournemouth are playing. Cool. You know, what like some of you guys might ask, you know, what team I support. Don't know just that was last night. Oh, game score. Eh? Uh-oh. Who the hell is a free queen? Okay, wait. We just beat a 2k. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Oh my stars. What was that? What was that? You call yourself 2000? Huh? Huh? Bro. Excuse me. Just go here. Nothing wrong. Out of all the moves you played A6. Cheers, man. Well, our record today was 4 losses and 3 wins. This was a good run. 2 wins. Was it 2 wins? 2 wins. Three losses and 2 wins. You know. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I think. Let me know down in the chat if you want to see me play one more before I sleep. Stop your Hail Mary attacking style. Okay, but fine. But should I play one more match? Should I play one more? Let me know. True. But is he currently asleep? I think he is. Well, if that's the case, then I think I'm also feeling a bit groggy, really, a bit tired. But today has been a fun stream. You know, my first ever stream. Hope you guys had fun, and I'll look forward to see you guys on my next video. I'll catch you guys later. See you guys on another day. Goodbye. Bye.